What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Press X Podcast, episode 129, your weekly podcast for gaming news and opinions coming at you each and every Monday. I am Kevin McManus. With me, Nick Hassell.
Been a little while.
It has.
In real time, at least.
E3 happened.
Yeah,
that was a big thing. We missed the week after E3. We put up a top 10 GameCube list for that week.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're back, so just kind of, I almost want to call it like cleanup news, just things that have kind of come out of E3,
the
repercussions.
The post E3 lull was kind of real, especially because there's so many like leaks right before it.
Yeah,
so
it was a weird E3.
Usually, like I'm used to many moons ago, where it was like the big E3 news, and then like stuff would leak after, like sort of the interviews and stuff like that. Like there wasn't as much media presence there. Then the stuff would trickle out through websites and stuff. So. That all kind of happens at the forefront now, though. So nothing left to talk about, and no one saves that major announcement for after E3 because that's stupid. So
yeah, a little strange. So with that said, we have kind of a heavy what we've been playing since it's been 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I was on vacation for a week, so I actually got to bring my Switch on my flight, play it on my flight back, set it up with the super lightweight, easy to throw in a bag dock. And just put that together in the hotel room and whatnot. And I gotta say, I love this. I think I love the Switch now. I think that did it. The actually traveling with it, I was like, okay, I get it. I'm playing kind of bad versions of these games, but I don't care because it's giving me that fix that I need of, I want to play something.
You think maybe if you had gone to a few more millennial rooftop parties or maybe some pickup basketball games,
I was popping off those Joy-Cons. I was sharing the joy left and right. You have no idea. No, I had a lot of fun. I actually did do that once. I played Mario Kart, popped them off. I was like, oh, let's play Mario Kart. We played 2 matches, and they were just like, this is dumb.
Yeah, with human-sized hands, playing one Joy-Con on its side is just like, I think we made it 2 races when we did it before. It's like, my hand hurts.
Yeah. But anyway, with that said, I really like the Switch. Playing it on the flight was incredible. So our structure for this episode is going to be the same as a typical episode, but just kind of shorter with some of the stuff that we talk about. I do want to kick it off with some comments from the GameCube video and just E3 comments in general. We will start with Zach Yoder.
That list was really good, by the way.
The GameCube list? Yeah, it's a top-tier list. For me, I think Microsoft had the best overall conference, but Sony and Nintendo's games spoke to me way more as usual. And he also commented that Nintendo was definitely my personal favorite conference because I love Fire Emblem and Smash so much.
You have to love Smash if Nintendo was your favorite conference. Basically.
I think we skipped over talking about Fire Emblem in the recap a bit just because me and Todd aren't Fire Emblem guys. But I will say, look cool. The Fire Emblem game looked really
I'm
cool.
super stoked about a console Fire Emblem.
Yeah, I love showing
and handheld,
showing the troops and like the cat kind of exploration-y stuff. It looked really, really awesome because I like that world a lot and the characters and things. I just don't like the gameplay.
And if you like Smash, you pretty much end up liking Fire Emblem characters because that's a third of the roster. So.
Yeah, he said he likes Fire Emblem characters. That was the summary of the comment. Microsoft had a really good conference, but I agree. Just a lot of third party. It didn't sell me on.
Well, that's the thing.
Xbox,
like he said, the Sony games spoke to him more, but that's because they gave them time for the games to speak to you. Microsoft was more just like announcement. Game you don't care about. 15 minutes. Announcement. So like they being Sony, knew these were the hot items that people wanted to know more about or at least see. Mm-hmm. So that's why they let the games speak to you more and like put like actual presentations on them.
They had good reveals too. With Resident Evil.
Yeah, the only knock against them,
Tetris.
The only knock against them was just the weird kind of format because I don't think even a lot of the like IGN and type people were just like, so is it done or?
Well, I think they're in a unique position where I think it hurt them more than anybody. Yeah, because they had to have press like moving around and whatever. Yeah. We talked about it on the previous episodes. Some more comments. World End says, I love the fact that Death Stranding is so weird. Yeah, I love that they're literally like, oh, we've given you a 3-minute trailer and a 4-minute trailer and a 6-minute trailer, and now they're like, here's 10 minutes gameplay trailer. I still don't know what's going on, but thanks, I guess.
Yeah.
And then Bat Nixon says, a 2-hour Dunkin' Donuts advertisement? I thought you were better than that. Nope.
Oh, did you have product placement on one of yours? I always twist mine around, so
I can't get caught with that. So let's move into what we've been playing, which I think is going to be the bulk of this episode in particular. Like I said, I was away, so I played a lot of Switch stuff, so that'll be interesting to talk about. And you have a particular game that you kind of championed out of the blue, I would say. I knew you were like interested in it, but you really jumped on it. So let's start with that. Let's talk Octopath.
Octopath. Okay, I was going to say I don't know what game to start with, but we can do that one. So this demo, the one that they announced during E3, maybe a little bit
beforehand.
Yeah, that's what it was.
GameSpot was like on a podcast. I don't know if they edited it out. I saw it live. Like they were doing their live E3 coverage, and they were like, "Well, Octopath's getting a trailer or a new demo that goes live tomorrow," and the internet was like,
"Yeah." So this one was time locked to 3 hours, but they didn't really cut too much content. I think there's a lot. The only thing that's really cut from the initial parts of the game or the prologue chapters for each character are like character interactions, like
there's certain side quests you can't do. There's certain areas,
but being like, "Oh, hey Kevin, I'm like them talking to each other. Like in the demo, it's just like, "Do you want to recruit this person?" It's like, "All right," and then they just kind of walk together. But yeah, this game was sweet. Like the cool thing about it is that you get like the big circular map of the area, or at least the initial chapter 1 area, and it's like just pick who you want to be. I think it's like a hunter. I mean, you can see the classes online, but there's just all sorts of different classes. And I kind of went into it knowing, hey, in typical like RPGs, I like being the healer. I like being the guy who's, boosting people up and lowering enemy stats, like kind of debilitator sort of thing, and healer. So it's like, okay, I'll choose Alphen, the cleric. So what I ended up doing, a cool little thought that I had was, if I just make 4 saves on my Nintendo Switch, I can see all 8 characters because you have enough time.
You are so opposite.
You have enough time, I think, in the 3-hour block to really sit down and kind of digest your whatever character you choose's story and get one more person and kind of go through their chapter 1 and see what they're all about. And then I just kind of
one character. And it's the same demo from last year. Same demo.
Is it? Okay,
yeah.
Cool.
I think the combat had a little tweak to it, and I can't confirm this because the other demo is deleted and you can't get to it anymore. But the only thing that I think is in the combat, every turn you get like a charge basically, so you can do like a combo move and attack for that many times over. But it was limited to 2.
Oh, ooh.
That's how it is now.
No, you can go up to a 4.
Oh, even if I had 6 or 5 meters, it only would allow 2. You could only do a combo of 2, I think.
You can go up to 4.
Maybe I was doing it wrong.
But
do you have to manually move it up? Does it start at 2 and you have to like click up?
Yeah, that's what it is.
And that would be the problem.
And like magic moves.
I'm surprised I didn't struggle at all.
Magic moves don't do like more hits. The same demo. Magic moves don't do more hits. They just get stronger. Get stronger, and like physical moves do more hits.
That's crazy. Yeah, I beat it. I beat the story in 59 minutes, I think. Yeah. And I didn't know that. So
yeah, that's kind of what I was saying. Like you get a good, I mean, when you're not like skipping dialogue and like rushing your guts out to get through, like you get a good hour of your character's story. It takes another 30 minutes to get to another town, an adjacent town, I didn't do that, and another hour for their story. So that's pretty good 3 hours. So I did that 4 times. Just picked someone and went to the neighboring town over and over and over.
So are you sold on a character? Or?
Well, like I said, all that build up to, I love healers, blah, blah, blah. But then I got to the scholar, or the guy who's just out in search of a book, who sounds like he's got one of the dumbest reasons to be adventurous and go on this epic journey. It's actually a really good story. And he's got some cool traits in there. He's got, he can see enemies' HP, and he can see, stuff like that.
I know you're complaining about that.
At first I was, but then
I assume there was, because it's a Square game, and like Kingdom Hearts and stuff do that too. When you start those games, you can't see the HP, you get that ability.
Yeah, I came around on that, but not only does he, and when he battles someone, he automatically sees one of their weaknesses. So cool. It's really cool to use him, and I feel like he's good to have in the long run because you're going to see so many enemies and blah blah blah. Yeah. But also he gets really early access to fire, ice, and lightning, and I love magic stuff and making stuff explode. So I think I'm coming around to him. He seems more like a me character than the healer, but we'll see. I like that everyone's kind of got their own little skill tree ish. and you can choose different routes and jobs.
I like how it unlocks. I like that it's you pick whatever one you want, and it unlocks it, and then the next one costs more, but it's not like a trade. Yeah. It's just pick in whatever order, and the next one's going to cost more.
There's a lot.
I thought that was cool.
There's a lot of customization, and that normally means like, oh, you can change their hair color, or give them like a goatee or something. But no, like customization is you can form this guy or girl however you want them to. So it's pretty cool. I like it. And yeah, just everything, like the style, the visuals, the music, just everything is just striking a chord with me.
I love the voice acting. It's so weird.
Voice acting is really good.
It's so weird.
It's one of the few games where I don't automatically switch to like Japanese. Because like, okay, I'll play some with English, and I was just like, I was blown away. Actually, it was really good. I can't find anything I don't like in the game so far. So
I would agree with that. I mean, I only played for. I did 2 hours, I think. I beat the main little story, and then I just grinded around a bit. I did the dancer, because that's who I'm going to do. And
Primrose,
I didn't want to see any of the other things. I was like,
that's fair.
I'm good. I'll just play it.
But yeah, it's nice all around, and I know that I'm gated off from a lot of stuff in the demo as far as side quests and a lot more that opens up in the game. So I don't know. I'm excited. I knew I would get it just from that initial trailer. It was like, what is this? Like, I knew I was going to get it, but I didn't think I'd like it this much. So I think I'm going to have a real good time in a couple weeks.
I had it on my most anticipated games
I remember
list in the beginning of the year. And it still is. I'm still super excited for it. Long game. Way longer than I thought it would be.
It is coming out at the perfect time, though, for it to be a 100-hour game. So
good time slot. Yeah, they said 80 to 100, which probably means like 60.
Yeah.
If I had to dumb it down, and that's fine.
Yeah, and if you're more like me, where I tend to be a little more grindy and like the getting to level 90 when you're fighting level 20 enemies, then,
yeah,
just go that route.
Game seems really cool.
But yeah, I played upwards of like 20 hours of it just between all the different saves and like, I wonder if I can do this. And then I went through one final run where I grabbed, I think the max party size is 4 of the Octopath characters. A lot of people have like supports or people they can call in.
Yeah.
I think the max is 4, and I went and got a party of 4. Like I just skipped through dialogue and ran and grabbed everyone. And it's really cool because the enemies auto scale. So that makes the game more interesting to me because I don't like getting to a point where I've got like 3 level 10s and I just picked up a level 1 and I'm fighting level 1 enemies because the other 3 don't really benefit from it. But it's not one of those where like those 4 enemies that are all level 10s now are going like, let's kill that one that's like really weak.
That's fair.
So it's really cool. I like it. So many like different enemy types and weaknesses and things. So it really helps to have like a really spread out kind of party.
Yeah, so. I really like the combat, and I like the whole break system. You can find their weakness, break. They have like a level, basically, of how strong they are.
Like a shield.
You chip away at it, and then when it breaks, you get kind of a free attack to go crazy on them.
And I like the super number crunch games where it's like this guy's speed is faster than this guy's speed, so he's going to attack first. Like I really like that. It feels like
a Final Fantasy game.
Yeah, it feels really old school, but it looks nice.
Yeah.
I played it both handheld. I
was gonna say I didn't play it handheld. I only played it on the TV.
Played it in handheld and TV. I don't know which one I like more.
It's gonna be. It is the perfect Switch game where you can grind handheld and you can story on TV, and that's what I want out of the Switch. And
I think the only reason I might prefer TV is just to have like the full sound going with it.
It's really pretty.
Yeah, this game is rocketing up my list for this year. So
it's exciting.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to say? Oh
yeah. Kind of in the soccer mood lately, so I picked up FIFA 18. That's the one where they added that World Cup mode to it here recently for free. Mm-hmm. So I've been playing that.
Oh yeah. And nobody clapped.
Oh yeah. Hey EA fan. Yeah, I don't know what was with that conference. They didn't get like game people in there. Apparently, they just picked up random bystanders. Also picked up Mario. I forget the actual name. Mario Tennis Aces. I always want to call it Super Mario. Haven't get to play it yet.
Okay.
We'll play it here shortly.
I played the test for it. I enjoyed it a lot. From what I've heard, the single player is not great, which is a little unfortunate. Since I like having what am I going to do portable with this game? What am I going to do on the TV with this game? But as a party game, I hear it's really good. So I'm excited to do that.
But yeah, that came in Friday, and I was gonna play it. But the biggest thing that happened this week,
oh my god,
was that my Persona dancing games came in, and that kind of.
I like the stealth.
That kind of strayed me from the path.
For viewers at home, I did not know this was happening. I was going to ask if you received them because I thought it's been a while. But
finally came in on Friday, so it did take a while. But I was literally loading up Aces and then heard a ring at the doorbell, and I was like, oh.
I noticed the discs aren't in here.
Huh? Oh, yeah. They're in my system.
Because they wouldn't be in here when you left.
I've been swapping back and forth. And like this game's so good. I know it's pure fan service at its finest. We really liked 4. I kind of missed the story mode a little bit, but not too much where it's weighing the game down. The music.
You don't know what they're saying anyway.
Yeah. I don't really care what they're saying. And it's nice that they just made that Western release announcement not too long ago. So if I really care what they're saying, I can figure it out next year.
Yeah.
But
I'm excited to do the VR.
Loving both games so far. I don't know which one I like more yet. I've played about 10 to 12 songs of each game. I even appeared offline all week on PS4, so you and no one else would see it.
I wasn't on PS4.
Well, just in case. But yeah, really love the games. Came with the soundtrack, or at least the cool fancy version that I got came with the soundtrack. Been listening to that all week in my car on the way to work and home.
So I've heard all the music and stuff.
Yeah.
I've had all the soundtracks. I think 5 has really good music, but also has a lot that I don't like.
Mm-hmm.
And I think 3 has all good music and then a couple ones that are awesome.
Yeah.
So I think I like 3 overall because 5 literally has songs I don't like in it. I'm like, ugh.
3 does have some real bangers in that game. Like I've listened.
All the female protagonist music is so good.
Yeah. There's also the fact that they used Persona Q music in 3 that really puts it over the edge for me. But yeah, I like them both, and I haven't unlocked too much yet. I really love.
Let me know when you finish.
I know it's fun to see the cool people dancing, but the cinematic backgrounds and the ones with just kind of the fun stuff, those are awesome too. So I don't know.
They have concert ones too, I believe.
Yeah. There's a couple live tracks and stuff like that too, but it's just nice hearing all this music remix. I didn't think they could pull it off with 5.
5's interesting. I really don't think they did with some of the songs. I think there's some songs that are kind of like clashy.
Yeah.
It feels like they're trying to shove 2 songs together. But then they have ones like what was the one? Whims of Fate.
Yeah.
And what's the Beneath the Mask?
Yeah.
But like those 2 are so good. Like I think that Beneath the Mask might be better than the original. It's so good.
Yeah, like that was my thing when they were first announced. I was like, "Oh yeah, Persona 5, more Persona 5, yay!" And then I was like, "Oh wait, how do they do like poppy dance music with jazz?" And I was like, "Oh, who cares? Persona 5." But yeah, like 3 lends itself more to that style of music and remixes, and Q. There's a lot of songs in 3 and Q that they didn't even mess with. They just left it kind of the same. And just like redid the vocals a little bit. But yeah, both games real fun. This is pure fan service. So anyone who likes Persona games, anyone who played 4, obviously get them when they come to the West if you don't want to import them, and if you want to know how to get through menus and whatever else. It's also weird, it threw me off, but I was so used to Nintendo with the A button on the side. All Japanese games except is Circle on PlayStation, so I was naturally used to it, but it's screwing me up with every other format of game now. So
that's cool.
Really fun games. Wish I had gotten to tennis before this so we could talk about it, but we'll obviously play it later. But these guys came in and kind of stole the show. So
is that it then?
I'm all out of tricks. I'm all out of tricks.
All right, so I played Agony. That game's bad. Don't get that game.
Oh my gosh.
It is kind of a walking simulator go here thing, but the problem is it's technically bad is the problem. So it doesn't matter how cool the audio, like the voice acting will just repeat itself. It'll be like, well, when I was there, this was, well, when I was there, this, well, when and it'll just like do that. You'll get stuck. Things won't trigger. It's just technically not a good game. So on that merit alone, do not get the game. Otherwise, it is a too long kind of walking simulator horror game with a lot of good ideas. I really think they could have made like more like a Hellblade thing, or even less than that, and made like a really awesome tight knit package. And it seems like they tried to stretch some stuff out. But yeah, like I said, technically horrible, just not worth.
Sounds like the Elder Scrolls team made.
Yeah, it was really bad. On top of that, I played Fortnite Switch. I might be jumping ship here and doing Fortnite and Xbox and hopping off the PS4 train because I'm really mad at them for their whole PlayStation 4 won't let you play on Switch thing. It's driving me crazy. They blocked your account from even loading it up on Switch. Right, yeah. Play. So I'm kind of furious because of that. So I might actually do Xbox Switch. I'm looking into it. Playing on the Switch, everybody's terrible. So it makes it fun.
For sure.
It makes it really fun. Like, everybody's controls are like you try to aim and you over-aim. It's like playing Splatoon. I don't think Splatoon's the problem. I think it's the Switch controller that's actually the problem with the aiming in that game. But, yeah, like, it's fun, though. Because everybody's so mediocre, it is a blast to play it. It feels like the old days, like when you first started playing and people didn't know what they were doing. That's what I was going to
say. One of my favorite time in shooters is around Christmas, playing like Call of Duty or Battlefield when the kids...
A new wave.
When the kids and the teenagers first, get that game and start off as level ones, and I just call them Christmas dummies or something like that, and you're just crushing them. Feels good.
Yeah. The only thing in Fortnite Switch that's messing with me is the AB button. The swap, everything's normal, except for when you're in your menu to rearrange your items, A and B are different, and one of them drops your weapons and one of them swaps them. So like you just see people, like you'll have like your sniper scope on somebody and they're just standing still and you're like, what are they doing? And all of a sudden weapons start dropping out of their inventory and you're like, they're trying to rearrange their inventory. So that's the only thing that I've run into that's I wish that they would put a swap on that.
Yeah.
But anyway, Fortnite Switch, it is the mobile version of the game scaled up to the Switch, and it's very clear. But it's still fun. Next, I was playing Moss. Moss VR, so good. Easily one of the top VR games. So fantastic. Made from the ground up for VR, and it shows. This is my style VR game. A VR game where you play with a controller, and the VR just adds depth and a little bit of interaction. I don't need like this gimmicky stuff going on, and it doesn't really have that. You control your character with the left stick. You do have like a hand in the world with the controller, and once in a while you do that to like solve puzzles or move platforms out of the way, things along those lines, but nothing intrusive. It has a lot of really neat mechanics. It's basically a puzzle platforming game. Every stage is just get from here to here, and it's like a kind of just a puzzle, and you need to figure out how to do it. Some of them are kind of difficult. I've definitely spent 10 minutes going, how do I do this? On some of them you get really quick. I was never frustrated with any of them, and I think that the curve, like the learning curve for it, is kind of perfect. It's really, really good. Quill's adorable. If you're stuck for a minute or so, he starts like pointing at things to kind of get your attention and help you. It's
soft, subtle hints.
Very unintrusive with how he helps you and everything. Really, really, really loved it. Then it ended, and I was like, that's it? Like, it has kind of an abrupt ending. And I was like, huh. And then they do kind of a dialogue thing, and they're like, we can't wait to see you in Moss Book 2. And I was like, this is an episodic game?
Oh, yeah.
They just pulled the episodic thing. So I went and looked it up, and they're working on Moss Book 2. But I kind of wish going in, I knew that this was Moss Book 1 and that it's, I don't know, a trilogy or just 2 or whatever it is. Because it makes things make a little bit more sense. There's not that many enemies. There's not that many of this or that many of that. But if they're doing another one, that makes total sense because it's not really a sequel. It's the continuation of the story. But loved it. Easy must-have VR game. Absolutely must-have PlayStation VR game. Loved it. And then on top of that, the big thing that I played was Splatoon 2 Octopath expansion came out.
Oh, yeah.
$20 expansion. I put so many hours into this. It is 80 new levels, including some boss fights. It has a story that is kind of interesting. Like, the way it basically works is you're in a train station. You can kind of picture like Super Mario 3 level style where it's like an overworld and you kind of just pick. The levels are all just different kind of Portal-esque challenges. So the first one might be roll this 8-ball without it falling off like Super Monkey Ball style, without it falling off the platform. So you're like hitting it with ink and stuff, but there's enemies also hitting it, and you need to keep it from falling off the level. And then the next level you do might be... here's something made out of boxes, and here's a bunch of boxes, recreate the shape. So if you shoot the wrong box, you fail, and you have to start over. And there's ones that are like more like pool, where you need to hit the balls into the correct things, but you only get 3 shots. So you need to make sure that you line them up. Dozens that kill all the enemies, that like everything you could think of. 80 levels. And you basically have to kill, there's 4 things you're looking for, and when you find all 4, you can continue with the story and beat it. But you can do all 80 levels, and you get rewards for the multiplayer. So you get new outfits.
That's nice.
There's a couple new outfits, and you get these little tokens that you can put into this vending machine, and you get those meal tickets that are so difficult to get.
Oh, yeah.
So you can actually get the perks.
Those are the ones, I was going to say, those are what help you reroll perks and stuff like that.
On your armor, and you can get that. So that's the reason to play the single player even after you beat it. You can, or the expansion even after you beat it when you're offline,
it's not just so you cleared the stage in one time thing.
Right, you can grind those and then cash them in, and then when you have it on your TV, you have new items.
I like when games add DLC that allow you to skip grinding. Sort of like Tokyo Mirage did, except they had day 1 DLC that let you do that.
But yeah, the story was cool. The new characters are awesome. I like playing as the Octoling. The Octoling looks really cool. There's new amiibos coming out for it and such. I don't know what they do, but really, really liked it. It took me probably 6 hours to do the main story. I have 5 levels left to do all 80 of them, and it's hard. It is like the hardest part of the original single player isn't even close to like the easiest part of this. This is like a very advanced thing, so much so that they have a mechanic where as long as you've seen everything in the level, so like you've kind of tried everything you can try, you can tell Marina and Pearl to skip the level for you, and they'll give you a skip, and you won't get like the reward for it, but you can move past it to continue the story if you're really struggling on one of the
That makes
levels.
sense. I mean, people who would probably suck at the game probably wouldn't get the DLC. Yeah, more seasoned people.
Or like if a kid gets it, you can still play as the Octoling in multiplayer. You can skip the stuff and play as the Octoling, but I do like that you have to find out everything about it. So literally there's a research test on the side that goes up to 100%. So you need to like see all the enemies, you need to see all the interactable stuff in the environment, and then once that happens, Pearl will be like, hey, we can skip this for you, but you can't, I don't think you can get the outfits with skips.
That makes sense, yeah.
I don't know, I only skipped one thing just to see what it was like, and then I went back and beat it. So yeah, I really, really, really liked that, and I spent a lot of time, played it on the plane, played it when, on the TV, played a lot of multiplayer, it was great. So that's what I've been spending my time with. Also, there's another Splatfest coming up, and it was pulp versus non-pulp with orange juice is the thing. And I picked non-pulp because Marina had it. I actually like
that sucks. They always put the best answers on not Marina.
Yep. So I did that.
So always go pulp, kids at home. Unless you like Marina.
Let's move into some quick news. Not too much to talk about here. Like I said, we'll start with PlayStation Hits are coming to PlayStation 4. Yeah. So this is the red box version of these games. We've seen them do this with PlayStation 1 with the greatest hits, green, ugly green, and the PlayStation 3 had red boxes. This is just those red boxes again. They're $20 games, and they are awesome games. It's Uncharted 4, it's Bloodborne, it's Ratchet & Clank, all the big sellers. I'm sure God of War is going to be there eventually, probably not anytime soon, but maybe next year God of War and Horizon and stuff will show up in that list. But there's like a dozen, there's probably more than that. There's probably like 20 games in that list. Street Fighter 5, third-party games as well. Yeah. So, cool.
I mean, I guess I really just from like a physical collector standpoint, I don't like seeing the mismatched colors like on the shelf.
Yeah, but really it gives people a good idea of what games to buy if they just bought a PlayStation 4. Yeah. They can go, all these $20 games are solid games.
Yeah, it's an easy Christmas guide, basically.
Yeah, it's not really for us.
The proverbial like soccer mom buying the PS4 for her kid, I guess.
I just noticed all this is PlayStation news, basically. Next up, there is a Fortnite PlayStation 4 bundle that leaked. It seems to come with an exclusive skin if you get that bundle.
Uh-oh.
And it is just for PlayStation 4 as far as we know, which is interesting because PlayStation 4 is the place that pissed off a lot of Fortnite players. Yeah. So we'll see how that goes, and I'm sure the comment section of that reveal when it actually happens will be great.
Yeah.
On top of that, Microsoft and Nintendo have really dug into Sony's lack of doing this, which is hilarious because they're kind of doing what Sony did to Xbox at the beginning of the thing, where they're like, this is how you share a game on PlayStation. And now Xbox has a trailer with Nintendo saying play together. One person's on the Xbox controller, one's on the Switch controller, share together, create together, all this stuff. They're tweeting back and forth like, hey, you want to play some...
Is there a Minecraft segment?
They're like, hey, you want to play some Minecraft later? Nintendo said to Xbox, and Xbox responded, my body's ready.
Yeah.
Like... Sony's going to look like Sony already looks bad for this, but they're going to make Sony look really bad. Which I stand by. I get the crossplay thing. I understand them not wanting to do that. I think that's fine. I don't understand locking your progress to their console and then being like, now you can't play on other consoles. And I'm like, well, actually I can. And all my stuff will transfer, so I'm going to go do that.
I don't really understand being like so secular at this point, but I really, really don't understand doubling down on that and then, you know, pissing people off.
Or at least come out and make a statement and be like, we're worried about the security issues or something. Like, say something.
Just even lie about it.
Whatever. Just get people on your side. Sticking with PlayStation, PlayStation Now has a download option that peaked online. Basically, somebody was playing a game and paused it, and a download the game option popped up. So this would be in kind of direct competition with Games Pass.
Yep.
Maybe an option to do that, which is cool because PlayStation Now has 650 games on their service, so that is a big deal. That is a lot of games. With that said, an insider came out and said, yes, it's true. It'll be coming in September, and they said it's only, at least at launch, for PlayStation 4 games, the download option. Which I think
much
is
easier,
which I think is fine because, they're already on the system, and I get why people want backwards compatibility, but like they have such a catalog. All those PlayStation 2 games are technically PS4 games because they're on the PlayStation 4, already remastered or whatever they call it. And then, there's a bunch of PlayStation 4 games, too. So it's basically just the PS3 games that won't be downloadable. Yeah. This is awesome.
No one will miss them.
Yeah, this is really cool. We'll see how they spin it. They have to have a big announcement for this. I don't think this is a blog post. I think this is like a relaunching PlayStation Now, everybody look at us moment. So we'll see how that goes if it's in September, which, there's not too much time.
That's weird that they wouldn't save it for, like, PSX.
I kind of agree. I think it's weird they wouldn't throw it up at E3 in the middle of their intermission or something. Just be like, hey, guys, we're talking about God of War getting New Game Plus. Why not throw out, you can, in September, you'll be able to download PlayStation Now games. That would have got people excited. I really do think it's because they're trying to rebrand PlayStation Now, like do a soft relaunch.
I mean, everyone else is kind of doing their own service, so now's the time.
Next up, May's NPD has been revealed. I have the top 10 games here. Did you look at this at all?
I have not.
What do you think the number one game in May is? Because it's super surprising to me.
What, across all systems?
Across all systems. Includes digital and physical for most things. I think there's certain caveats that don't, but I don't know them.
I don't know. I don't know if it's heavily weighted to like online games. I'm just going to say God of War.
God of War is number 2. State of Decay 2, number 1.
Okay, that makes sense.
Really? I think that's shocking.
Well, when you think of how like hungry the Xbox player base is, like they are just like the zombies in the game, they're all going to converge onto one thing. I think State of Decay when it came out was a little buggy, little like empty and bad. I think they've patched it a few times, if I'm not mistaken. And I mean, they're at the moment Microsoft is kind of like dumping all their attention onto it, so they want that to thrive and be well. But I know even when it wasn't at its peak as far as gameplay and critic reception, there's still a lot of people playing it.
Oh, yeah.
So, obviously, shown by the numbers there.
Yeah, and allegedly this doesn't include Game Pass, though they haven't 100% confirmed that. Oh, okay. They just, last month, didn't include Game Pass, so it's assumed this month still, but we don't know that for sure. With Sea of Thieves, I believe it was. So, yeah, I was just shocked that is.
I think for me, it's initial shock, but then like start thinking about it, it's like, okay, I guess I can accept it.
Well, I guess when I start telling you these other games, maybe. So number 2, God of War.
Yeah.
Number 3, Detroit Become Human came out.
I feel like most people, well, May numbers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Far Cry 5 is next. Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze is next.
Yeah.
Grand Theft Auto 5. Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition. Those Switch games sell, man.
Yeah.
Even if they're Wii U games. Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege, Mario Kart 8, and then NBA 2K18. Those are the top 10.
Okay.
A lot of those not very surprising, but the order of it is surprising to me. Like, I would have probably picked those games, maybe one or two different. Probably not Hyrule Warriors, honestly. Maybe one or two different, but I wouldn't have them in that order.
Don't underestimate Zelda fans.
Well, that's true. Absolutely true. I mean, even I really like that Hyrule Warriors game on the Wii U, and I'm excited to play that game, but I'm not going to pay full price for it. I'll wait and find it, maybe Black Friday or something.
I mean, it just came out at a good time for a statistic like that, so
that's true.
All people can kind of jump aboard.
The final piece of news that I have on here is a quick Pokemon Go update. This was actually a huge update for Pokemon Go. They added a lot of stuff that people have been clamoring for a while. There is now friends lists on Pokemon Go, so you get like a little friend code. You can send it to whoever, and you can pair up. You have friends. You have 200 people on your friends list that you can have. With that comes gifts that you get from spinning Pokestops. You can send a gift to somebody each day. And when they open the gift, it increases your friendship level. And if you spend a certain number of days, your friendship level basically upgrades. So the first one, you just upgrade once. I think it takes, I'm going to butcher these, but it's 90 days for the highest friendship. So you have to spend 90 days doing gifts and stuff, or raiding with them, or whatever it is you're doing, interacting with them, basically. I think it's 15 and 30 are the other two tiers, but I'm not 100% sure on that.
I'd be great friends with someone who gave me gifts 90 days in a row.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of what you do. You kind of just go through your friends list. You can open 20 gifts a day, and the gifts
I just meant real life, but yeah, that too.
The gifts give you, it's basically like spinning a couple Pokestops. So you get Pokeballs, and you get potions, and you get, berries, and you can get these 7K eggs that are exclusive to gifts, and they have the Alolan Pokemon that hatch out of them. So that's how you get those. People were wondering. That's how you do it. And then the other big thing is there is trading now. So
yeah, I was going to say, it sounds like with a friend list, there obviously needs to be trading.
Yep, so they added trading, and the way that they did it is pretty smart, I think. People worried about the spoofers going, catching all the Pokemon, and then trading them. So that's where the friend system comes in. If you're not friends, the trades cost Stardust, and Stardust is a currency that is super valuable in the game because you can only get it by doing a select few things, and it's super grindy. Okay. It's like you can't buy it, like it's a super grindy thing, and it costs Stardust to trade. And every tier of friendship that Stardust costs gets like super cut down. Mm-hmm. So if you want to trade a legendary, it costs 1 million Stardust at the start. 1 million Stardust is how much I have. Mm-hmm. I've been playing a very long time. Sure. I have 1 million Stardust. So that is a lot of Stardust. If you are the top tier friends, the 90-day friends, it costs 40,000 Stardust. So it really
a little more
axes
manageable.
It down. And yeah, it's just an incentive to get people to not just get all these legendaries and trade them. Shinies also are in that tier with legendaries, and then the tier below that is Pokemon that people don't have in their Pokédex and the region exclusives. Cool. So they're manageable, but they're still kind of expensive. I actually got a Corsola, which is a tropical exclusive in my first trade. That was the first trade I did. So yeah, this is really cool. Trading the Pokemon, that I feel like they balanced it enough that I'm not angry about it, because I was like, I'll probably quit when trading comes out. That doesn't seem like it would help the game, but they put so many restrictions on it, making it cost Stardust was really smart, because you can't buy Stardust at all. Yeah. So yeah, like if you want to trade, you're paying for it basically.
Yeah, I thought trading was kind of necessary for this Let's Go Eevee, Let's Go Pikachu game coming out.
I mean, that's what I've been trying. I've just been doing little basic trades to try and get an extra set of the 150. Yeah. That's my game plan, at least before Let's Go Pikachu comes out, which I pre-ordered, which we're going to talk about next. So let's move into that.
Oh, yeah.
Which is, so with E3 done, what is the rest of 2018 looking like for us with our pre-orders? What games are we getting? What are we ordering?
Yeah, I think we've done it in the past couple of years, but it just feels like the first topic that comes to mind. Like, now that you know, basically, and basically has the asterisk, which is Nintendo, because at any point in time they can go, hey, we're doing a Direct. Here's Metroid Prime Direct, and it's coming out in October. And it's just like, well, there went my plans. So aside from that, I feel like this is the natural thing, because now we should mostly know what our forecast looks like for the rest of this year, up until February 22nd of 2019.
It's ridiculous. So how did you do your list? Did you do it by month, or do you just have your games?
Chronologically. Like, I looked at the full list once everyone had updated.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it to you. You can just say whatever ones, and if I remember that mine are in those months, I'll chime in. Because I have a couple that I don't think will be on your list, and I think I remember about
well, now starting after Aces, The Crew 2, which is going to be my racing fix for the year, I believe, along with another game that I'll mention as well. Octopath Traveler on the 13th.
Definitely.
For sure. If that beginning intro didn't already let you know. Also at the end of July, the Banner Saga 3.
Interesting.
Really like the first two, and I'd like to see, this seems like it's going to stop at 3, so I'd like to see the full course, basically. So already went ahead and pre-ordered that.
For me, July has the Mega Man X collections that are coming out for PlayStation 4 and Switch and all that stuff, so I'll be picking those up for PS4 probably.
So nothing in August for me.
Really?
That I can think of.
I feel like you got me to look already. I feel like August had one thing that I wanted, but...
I know it had a couple titles in there, but that I saw, that I remember now. I don't think one struck me.
What was it? I know, it's on the tip of my tongue. It was something announced at E3, coming out in August. Overcooked 2.
Okay, that's fair.
Overcooked 2 is coming like August 7th.
I think when I play that, I'll probably play it here, so maybe that's why I skipped on it.
Sure.
I think there was another game that I'll mention.
I'm proud of myself for thinking of it before.
I'll mention here in a little bit that was also slated for August, but then they released another trailer and said October. So yeah, after that...
We Happy Few is also in August. That was another one.
That was the one.
That was one I'm interested in, but I kind of want the reviews first. I'm a little worried about the quality of the game. Though, with them now being owned by Microsoft, I'm still worried about the quality.
Skip ahead to September. This is an action-packed month. Jeez. I, for the first time in a long time, am going to get a Dragon Quest game. So Dragon Quest 11, I'm going to get it on PC.
I respect that.
It's part of this branching out thing that I've been doing, at least since I started jumping on here with you. I kind of feel like, okay, I'll at least once or twice a year,
dabble in something
I will get into a series. So I think this year was either going to be Valkyria Chronicles or this. Just like things I've skipped and I apparently don't need to skip. So Dragon Quest 11 is going to be my stepping out of the comfort zone pick for the year. After that, obviously Spider-Man.
Yep.
Have to play it.
There's SNK Heroines Tag Team Frenzy, which is something. That's another one I'm keeping my eye on. It looks fun, but it also looks like it could be a disaster.
Sure.
So I'm gonna keep my eyes on that one. I'll wait for the releases. Maybe a beta will go live or something. I'll check it out.
I guess I'm not technically buying it since I've already got the season pass, but Xenoblade Chronicles 2 expansion comes out in the middle of September, so I will most certainly play that because it's a prequel to 2.
Yep, it's Shadow of the Tomb Raider.
Yeah,
for me, which I'm super excited for. I think that has a very high potential of being my game of the year. Actually, I really loved Rise. So
and
if they're
that gameplay trailer looks sweet.
Yeah, they're sticking
becoming one with the forest.
The Predator. Gameplay.
So yeah, Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Week after that, Spyro Reignited Trilogy. All about
I imagine we're all getting that one.
All about some nostalgia, and Spyro is right up there.
I watched that E3 gameplay demo.
Oh yeah,
it looks so good.
Week after that, Code Vein, which is the anime
vampire Dark Souls.
Yeah. So they're taking on that system and they're putting an interesting spin that's right up my alley. I like me some vampires. I like me some anime.
This to me, it might be a November, get it in November game. I think September is too crowded for me to try. I'm going to be playing Spyro. I'm going to be playing Tomb Raider.
Oh yeah, and
I'm going to be playing Spider-Man.
And you heard me say I'm going to try and do a Dragon Quest before all of these.
Yeah, I don't know if I can pick up Vein.
This one on my list seems like one of the riskier picks. As far as it could be really fun, or it could just be
I think it's going to be great, would be my guess. But still, even if it's great,
hope so.
I think those other games are going to be greater.
Yeah, and as you heard me say, week after week after, like, it's Spider-Man into Xenoblade into Shadow. Like, these are some of these things are like 100 or 30-hour adventures where I don't know if there's enough hours in the week.
Is anything coming out in October? Anything big?
Right off the start of October, yeah, the next 6 things I list. Right after that, Forza Horizon 4. I don't care so much for the mainstay Forzas anymore, but Horizons, oh yeah. Not 5, Walmart Canada, but 4. 3 days after that, for whatever reason, I think I'm going to jump back into the Assassin's Creed, so I'm going to get Odyssey. They've made a lot of...
I'm buying something.
They've put a lot of dialogue, a lot of like romance, a lot of like non-Assassin's Creed stuff into the game.
They are going RPG.
Yeah, and I'm interested. I like the time period too. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, like it got me interested just from the time period alone.
And being able to choose the dude or the girl, that's cool too.
Ubisoft, like I said, if it's not Splinter Cell, not day one for me. Sorry,
so
guys.
that seems like a pretty good game, but the real October 5th game is Super Mario Party.
Oh my gosh, it's real,
Yeah.
and I'm excited. Oh, it looks so good. We'll have the 2 switches to do the Toad's Playhouse or whatever it's called.
That was so cool when they like took it and lined them up and no, let's line it up this way, and you could see it moving across the screens.
That's like a specific mode that I think all the games work like that, and they're just like 2v2 strategy games that you kind of battle in. Oh, I'm so excited.
I am
Mario Party
trying to tame my expectations.
It doesn't have a car, guys. I'm so excited.
In case there's a random Bowser mode that appears.
Bowser's playable as like a regular character.
Yeah, that helped. I wish Donkey Kong was back, but still.
I'm glad they showed that.
Yeah.
Because that was like legitimately to be calm people down.
Yeah. Later in October, getting to a real hotness, Soul Calibur 6, which I am super excited about. That. Then after that, the already critically acclaimed Red Dead Redemption 2 will be coming out.
Yeah, I still don't know if I'm gonna get this one. Honestly, I'm so iffy on it. I just don't care. I have no excitement for the game, but I feel like I should play it just because that might build the excitement with everybody.
That almost sounds like the way you were about God of War, though. Close.
No, God of War I knew I was getting. I was like, I'm gonna get God of War. We'll see how it goes. Red Dead, I don't care. No. Red Dead's more like a Days Gone, where I care more about Days Gone than Red Dead, though. Like, I don't
Hot
care
takes.
about Red Dead. I really don't. And I don't understand why people like it so much. That horse controls like garbage.
Also, I guess my anime pick for the year or half year, My Hero 1's Justice, that show, the My Hero Academia that Kellen and I always talk about.
That's a piece of news we didn't touch. Kill la Kill.
Yeah.
Arc system game coming.
So there we go. That one's cool too. But just a kind of a battle game between some anime characters. That's sometime in August or October. So that'll appear there. Any more in October for you?
With October. That's typically how it goes. Like the heavy months, the November, October, September this year has got me.
Yeah.
But usually those heavy months are months where those are my catch up and do the other stuff that I miss because I don't play the Call of Duty, the Assassin's Creed, the big, the Red Dead, the Grand Theft Auto. Like those don't appeal
I
to me.
was going to get Call of Duty. I was like, okay, this year I'll do it. And then they announced the season pass thing where you can't get maps if you don't have the season pass, basically. So I was just like, never mind.
I'm interested in the Call of Duty Blackout mode. That's the only... I'm just curious.
And I believe Soul Calibur 6 comes out on the same day as Call of Duty. So that's why I was just like, and Detour. So I jumped over to that. November?
Mega Man 11 comes out in October on the 2nd. I'm obviously getting
We can brush past that one then.
I'm obviously getting that. From people that played it at E3... Real good. Real good. It's exciting.
I'm sorry they had to waste their E3 experience on that game. Jumping over to November, Fallout 76. I'm going to get it. But that's only because I've got a crew lined up to play it, and it just seems real fun to dick someone over by launching a nuke at them.
The nuke thing is hilarious.
Yeah.
That was the only part of the press conference where I was awake. I was like, oh, you can launch a nuke at the people? Cool.
It seems way too good. Like, I feel like I'm going to have a bad week or something at work, and I'm just going to go home and build a nuke.
The problem is, I'm sure it's hard to do. It seemed like you have to steal a code from everybody in the server or something like that. Like, it seemed very difficult to do. But man, when somebody does it,
it's going to
be like Call of Duty when you called in the nuke.
Sure.
You had to get the 25 kill streak, and you felt like a god. You're like, yeah, I'm unstoppable. It'll feel like that.
And 2 days after that, Pokemon. Let's go Pikachu. I'm going to get Pikachu.
I want Eevee.
Mm-hmm.
I pre-ordered Pikachu because there was Amazon sold the one with the Pokeball for $40, and I was like, guess I'm getting Pikachu. So unless Craig wants to do a switcheroo because he has them ordered separately, so unless he wants to just order 2 Eevees and swap me, Craig, please. I want Eevee way more, but I'm like, save $60 and play the one I want less, or so I was like, I'll pay, save the $60.
You can get a full price game, and save.
I don't even want the Pokeball. It's just the same.
I do.
I want the Mew. That's the main reason.
That's why I want the Pokeball. Anything else in November for you?
November. No, that's it. Like I said, November usually a meh month to me. I feel like maybe Dreams might pop up here, but we'll see.
I feel like that's a dream.
I feel like it's a Medieval remastered would be sweet as well.
So jump over to December, and of course the only thing worth mentioning is Super Smash Brothers Ultimate.
Yeah, obviously getting that. Can't wait.
Yeah.
Super excited. Interested. I think there's bad news with that game. I didn't talk about it too much last week. I think they subtly hinted about like the unlock system, how they were talking about, we start with a small roster and you're going to have to unlock them. I'm worried about what that means, but we're gonna get a Smash Direct in a month.
Yeah, I mean it might be something where it takes you 30 hours to unlock everyone.
I'm thinking it might be some sort of online focused thing that you have to do something online.
I hope not.
Them. And I could totally see them doing that, but we'll see.
One of the worst pairings in any sort of gaming is Nintendo Smash Brothers and online. Yeah, because I've still got a real bad taste in my mouth from the Wii. I will say
I haven't really talked about the game too much, but Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle, I really like that game. It's my favorite tag game that I've played. I'm not very big into tag games, but I love the mechanics in the game. I think they're really smart and clever in how they work, and I like the characters and all that stuff. Whatever. The online in that game is awesome.
No.
It is like you can fight 2 barred people and it's totally fine. It feels like a 5-bar fight. Like unless you're doing 0 or 1, you're fine. So I don't know, fighting games going a long way. I can't wait to see Nintendo screw it up. But yeah, that's it for December. 2
other games that just have X's that are supposed to come out this year, but haven't said otherwise. Monster Hunter World on PC.
Oh, okay.
I fully regret not playing the console version, but I'm just holding out for a hero, I guess, and hoping that it comes out this year on PC. But obviously with that other stack of games in front of it, I wouldn't miss it. And announced on Microsoft stage, Tales of Vesperia on PC, the remaster coming out, and I will gladly play that on PC, for sure.
Interesting. But
yeah, that's it. I mean, I have already on Steam, at least everything that's up, and on Amazon for the console games, except Spider-Man because of this stupid Sony lockout. I've already pre-ordered all of these, so
yeah, to me,
money's there.
There's a couple that I know that we didn't talk about actually. Zone of the Enders remaster is coming out in September. I'm going to be picking that up, and then honestly, probably my 3rd most anticipated game. So Kingdom Hearts 3 out of 2018, so we're not talking about that. Tetris Effect.
Oh yeah, Tetris
Super
Effect.
excited for Tetris Effect coming fall 2018.
That's right. Okay.
So
getting that
whenever,
as well.
And they have announced they're doing a physical release of that game, but it's coming after the launch. So like what Res Infinite did, it'll probably be through IM 8-bit, which is exactly what Res Infinite did. So we'll have to see.
I don't even mind playing the game. I just want to hear the game.
Oh my gosh, I watched. So E3 had 2 levels, and I watched both the levels. It's so good. Like the music, when you rotate the pieces and stuff, it like plays instruments. So it's like boom, 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 and it like blends into the background music. Oh my gosh.
I would be fine with just putting the VR on my head and just laying back.
Yeah, I'm not joking. Like when I was in the movie theater and we were watching the PlayStation Experience thing, I just wanted to see the Tetris trailer, and I was so excited when they played it in like the pre-show thing. Yeah. I was like, oh, it looks so pretty. So excited for that one. So yeah, I'm sure there's smaller ones. I think Firewall's supposed to come out this year, which is like the Rainbow Six Siege in VR type game, the 4v4 like style one. Like there's a couple smaller like downloadable things, like the Overcooked 2s and things.
Yeah, my one asterisk for the year is which I don't see with some of these 100-hour games coming up, if I get a moment to play anything, I might try out some of the Destiny expansions, just because I've got it, and it's just kind of sitting there. I think I've got the season pass or whatever that would unlock the expansions for you. So might try that. But if I do that, it'll be before September because I feel like this whole Dragon Quest experiment is just gonna soak up a lot of hours.
Yeah, that's gonna be rough.
And Assassin's Creed's long. Shadow of the Tomb seems like a 15, 20-hour game or something like that.
Yeah, probably. I imagine it wouldn't be much more.
So, yeah, and Xenoblade, yeah, there's just a lot of games to play. So, thankfully, not many movies are coming out that I care about.
So let's talk about more games that are coming out that we want as we move into the releases. There's actually quite a few good ones this week. So first off, we have Da Blob Remastered for the Switch coming June 26th. We have Nier Automata Become as Gods Edition for the Xbox One coming June 26th.
Dear God, if you have not played this game,
go pick that up.
Do it.
It comes with all 2 DLC costumes or whatever it is. They were literally in the trailer. They're like, with all the DLC, and I was like, just DLC. Like I legitimately didn't even know. I know there's
DLC.
I know
there's
the
all.
day one DLC, but whatever. The Awesome Adventures of Captain Spirit coming to PC, PS4, Xbox One, June 26th. That's the Life is Strange universe game, I believe. Far Cry 3 Classic Edition coming to PS4, Xbox One, June 26th. This is just Far Cry 3. No remaster, nothing. It's just Far Cry 3 being re-released on those systems.
It's really good.
Which is fine. I wish more people would, companies would do that.
Make money.
Big one, Luminous Remastered. Coming to PC, Switch, PS4, Xbox One, June 26th.
Talk about games that are fun to listen to.
Yeah, I'm excited for that one. Ys 8 is coming to the Switch June 26th. I've heard that handheld mode does not run great, but there might be a day one patch or something to fix that.
Sounds like Xenoblade then.
Yeah, I feel like it's possible, so I would put that on a wait and see. But if that game is up to snuff, that is a fantastic Switch game, if not played on PS4. I actually think that's a great JRPG.
Waiting for the PC version, which is listed as indefinite.
Yeah, I don't know if you're going to get that. Crash Bandicoot, the Insane Trilogy, is coming to the Switch, the Xbox One, and PC June 26th. That's exciting. It comes with a new level.
Seems like a good Switch game.
Brand new Crash Bandicoot level created by the team. The first new Crash Bandicoot level in forever. So that's neat. And
hope it's not a bridge.
That level, no, it's not. It's one of the science futuristic levels near the end of the game. And that level is available to PlayStation 4 players via download, and it's included on disc on the reprints that are coming for the PS4. So that's nice. They're actually repressing the discs with that level built on. The Crew 2, PC, PS4, Xbox One, June 29th, and also June 29th for the Switch. We have Wolfenstein 2. A little bit of a surprise announcement that it was coming so soon at the
super soon
the conference. That's cool. I'm very excited to see how that one plays and runs. It was weird. I was on the plane. I was playing Splatoon on the plane a couple hours, and I did the commercial. I had the tablet out, popped out the controllers, plugged them into the little shell, and I played Splatoon the whole flight. And I had this mom or something next to me who was writing, I believe, and she would look over and watch every once in a while.
That seems hard to write on a plane.
She would. I think she was writing poems. That's kind of what I got. I didn't ask. I don't talk to people. If I was playing Wolfenstein.
Ripping people apart.
I just think that that's such Doom or Wolfenstein. I just think that that's so strange to as a portable game.
Yeah.
Very, very interesting. And then on the flight back, I did the same thing, except there was a probably 11, 12-year-old next to me. And I was like, man, this would be even weirder.
Yeah.
Playing the Wolfenstein's portable, but
hey, you just can't buy it. Doesn't mean you can't watch it.
That's true. But I'm excited to see how that runs in particular. I think that is the test. I think Wolfenstein 2, that is the newest third-party AAA game coming to Switch. That's it. There's some other you could say Blaze Blue and stuff, but those aren't AAA. This is. So we'll see how that goes. I'm excited to find out. But that's it for this week. That's all we got to talk about. Like I said, a light week in news and everything. It was very heavy in the what we've been playing. But we enjoyed what we've been playing very much so.
A lot of money spent this week on all the games that I listed.
I want to play those so bad.
We'll get there.
But thank you for being here, Nick.
Oh, yeah.
And thank you so much for watching. We will speak with you next time. Give me them. I'm so sad the discs aren't in there.